Seems right. This dickbag tried to kill almost everyone in this room. How are Cover Girl and I the only one adults?
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. You didn't corral your cart? Cart's called the cart corral. What? Your cart rolled off and it's made by an 18 Cruiser. Piss off. Boy, that just trains my car. Yo, our car's here. Outstanding. Yeah, I just re-upped on supplies too.
Look at this. A reunion. Pain, family, yeah. Whatever your real names are. I invite you into my clothed Finn. You Finn. I never once talked to you. And even when I said I loved you, I don't. You killed my only living parent. Check me out. Tell me. Who's the bad one?
Selling news to terrorists.
Listen, I know me. Let me ask you something. Did you ever care for me? Or you just like to curry favor with your father? Once you killed him, you took care of things for me. What's made your conscience?
I care for you then, I care for you now. It's like that Calvin is a man coming, inflict tremendous pain unimaginable, using methods that slides through the tiniest loopholes in our legal system. I'm fighting to stop that.
And I'm cheering for it like it's homecoming. I don't care if it gets you near sales or shuts this entire single case out of the tracks to get you to come.
About you, man. Listen to the man, man. I'm sharp. You call it sharp. I'm free. Play my way. I can catch you in many ways. All I need them things in my suitcase. The auctions, expenses, and signal from me. Leave them all right to me. What are the conditions? Captivity and hunting. House arrest and court. Residence remain untouched. All without permission. There's no motion. There's no prison. Just surrounded by white sand instead of iron bars.
And what do you say now?
Advise you often. Get the looks up soon. Countless deaths. Lives.
You're lucky if we give you a 6x8 and 11.
Never could see that.
What are you thinking? Not making the time.
It's an edge.
Wait, I need to go.
I was freaking out. You don't look too good right now. I got a thick getting affected by it. Well, what if he says no?
Just say yes.
He wants to see more. He wants a visitation. What if he wants custody?
Romy is your daughter.
Get your act together. Calm down.
You hear me?
I'm gonna get you.
Sorry I'm late.
Thanks very much for the kind of
No, I am not going here for support.
I don't want Kyle to feel like he's walking with the bus.
150,000.
We can't afford that.
Very nice house. All the cars in the driveway. I'm not giving the rest of my life for nothing, just to save some kid and everything.
You sneaky son.
Emma, he doesn't give a shit about Romy. He's doing this for a payday.
What just happened?
Now you talk.
What does that mean?
Your kid is sick and you just stand there and say nothing. Emma, that's not helpful.
Dad told me to stay calm. But who are you to talk to me like that? You're not a child. You don't know what I'm going through. Just shut up, Grandma. Don't talk to your sister like that. She's the 7-year-old's wife.
He's gonna be okay.
You have to say your shit. It's not time to fish to come from under the woods. Plus, it could take months to find a home. Your dad's taking a mortgage.
I did one out years ago.
Don't worry. I'm not going to let anything happen to our granddaughter. I promise.
Okay. What's a kindergartner doing with a 6-figure uncut diamond?
This is just a little souvenir from Antwerp. I felt bad that I missed her recital.
Antwerp, is that a conflict diamond?
We call killing a bunch of guys in the warehouse a conflict. I mean, it's no big deal. It's no different than me getting you the necklace for graduation.
You mean for missing my graduation? Because all your gifts were apologies for you being gone.
I see what this is all about. You wanted to go after Borrow. You wanted to kick Kyle's ass. You couldn't do either, so you're pissed off at me.
You could not be more off base. I feel bad for you. All the mistakes you made with Oscar and me, you're making the same ones with Romy and you didn't even realize it. God forbid something happens to her and you'll have blown your second chance at getting it right.
You okay?
Not really. You said you do a donor draft, not do arts and crafts.
Okay. I really thought you said Kyle was next.
You never said he'd donate, and now he won't until we pay him.
I didn't want that. It's fine. I will make some more calls.
I'm just spinning a million plates, and I just asked you to handle this one thing.
Okay. You are somebody who likes to control everything. From academics to your career to picking a handsome fiance who just kind of goes with the flow. And I think you're having a hard time with the fact that you can't control Romy's illness. So why don't you stay in this horse with me and just take 5 minutes to think about something else?
Right. Yeah, okay, because the one thing every sick child wants is a toy from the Renaissance. I was just looking for someone who could lighten my load a little bit.
No, Emma. Nice to meet you, Mr. Cody. Name's Norman. Ours is so many things, so many things, and taking some time finding the right gender. So much you make it out of that. Norwegian rum campers. I remember, trust me. Let me know if you want me to help when you're not free.
This is worth $300,000. All you have to do is just go to the hospital, get some tests, and a donation. It's serious.
I'm walking that junior school.
Gas is real. You gotta give it. Go back to this. If you say yes, Doctors think it's the body's emotion. Kill her. She needed an assistant. If she doesn't get information in the next 24 hours, she will die. So will you.
I know. Nothing's gonna happen.
And we can trust you.
I know this looks pretty, but there's a unique blend of bonding agents in these art supplies. They're gonna feel like a line of fire ants marching right after Jake Dog. Now let's get those slacks off. I have a 24-hour cancellation policy.
You would be paid in full. Or, let's cut a deal. What the hell? An extradition order came down from OFAC. We lose custody of Morrow in 48 hours. I have to make a deal. This is horse shit. Tell OFAC to fuck themselves. See, I don't get the luxury of flying off the handle, being unprofessional, and cursing at my superiors when I don't get what I want. You have him right in that room. You can't. It is not your place to tell me what I can and cannot do, Officer Brunner. And let me be clear. You raise your voice again to me in my building. Legal insurance to a test. And I'm clear. Yeah.
Okay.
What the hell is the office of foreign assets country sending a South American terrorist that was arrested by Americans increased to Zimbabwe of all places?
Morrow supplied the explosives that were used in a terrorist attack at Harar 4 years ago. There's enough corruption there. He will most likely buy his way out of incarceration within weeks. But the U.S. wants to play nice with his engagement to access lithium mines in the Mazinga province.
It's always about money, isn't it?
If we want Boris Myers, there's no time to waste. He will cooperate if we agree never to prosecute him for crimes known and unknown prior to the legal.
So if we discover that he grew up on forgery, you couldn't touch him.
Correct. But we also don't have to tell him about the extradition order to Zimbabwe. Once his African pals drop all the charges against him, he can be free man.
You can make business as usual.
Free to be nailed for whatever twisted nonsense he gets into next. That's not right. I'm trying to turn chicken shit into chicken salad. Explain that to me.
And Miss a tough day. So pissed about Bono. Very upset about your own.
Not an excuse. I'm telling you, as her senior officer, as her father, keep her in mind.
Understood, but I hope they do know how good she really is. She's invaluable to the team. She's a quick problem solver. She's guts. She's great instincts. She's a good officer and is a father.
Thank you for the evaluation.
You're welcome. And thank you for being on my side. It is 6 of the good picture.
I didn't take it on the side. Frankly, I'm the only one in this building who's earned the right to have an internship.
Very good to do. You obviously understood it. You did your duty. Whatever happened to you is your business. This conversation never took place.
Kim. How are you?
Stay from Maslows, no shade about big boy. Now, talk.
The buyers and I communicate via the encrypted dark web message board. They're pinged. Once I upload an authentication key myself, the bomb approves operation.
Why do you do this separation?
State-sponsored satellite. America's many enemies. Right many allies. It can trace the bombs of the nuclear signature. Send verification to the buyers. All I need is my weapon.
Once the case is resolved, but it still has active nuclear material. But we won't allow anyone to come on HG.
Social media website. Find by me. Most of the
dangerous man. But by killing him, he grabbed the little sweet boy of his father. I thought I could fill that space with inappropriate gifts and sending him to school. But every kid needs a father figure there.
It's quality time. Maybe for men.
Quality time is a liability, but visiting parents will give you guilt. It's quality time that counts. Yeah, movies, science projects, falling asleep, watching cartoons together. I'm sorry. I have to do all these wonderful things. Do you regret killing your father? No.
I still think this deal's a mistake.
It's not even just went out. Go to the hospital and support the family. They need it here. Plus, you do accept this fact right now in your father.
I've been working for it for months.
Who do you tell me about choosing work or the family? It's too late for me, not for you. Big Alden will you to the hospital. Alden, get your shoulder checked. Injured, you're good to be.
Yes, sir.
You and I, we gotta take a call upstate.
How do you tag team back in the
Kidnap it, okay? Okay, boy. I feel so something.
As soon as this video is posted, outsource confirm that this device contains legitimate nuclear material. Interested parties? True. No chance.
Okay, the video will be uploaded, darkness of the web.
What's going on?
Kyle flaked. No one can find it.
Okay. Trust me. Keep in touch with us. No reviews.
Okay.
Whatever. Just keep you cool. Still needs his help.
Yeah.
Yeah, Richter, more videos live to checking scumbags and come back. Got it on the way.
So, Kyle.
Got me.
Cars back to the barn and back the roundabout. That's where we live.
Thank you, Tina. This little girl's dying. This guy's pounding brewski.
Let's just drive faster.
Hey, just wanted to say thanks for helping us track. And sorry for sharing a second.
Second. For someone who wants to do bites of pizza.
That was my second research for it. And
You ready for taking to the bills? Nice giving you?
everything's cool and simple.
You're in the wrong place. My father gave you something valuable, now you're doing something valuable to us.
Actually, I don't have to do anything. Okay. Hey man, kudos for getting those tests done. Takes guts. But I'm guessing once the docs listed to cover their ass when the procedure risks, it got too real and we ran. And there's no shame in that, man. You're human. But that kid is your responsibility. I'm just a sperm donor. Like, I'm sick. And as such, I'm under no legal obligation to follow through. And what I need to do 2 years until the hospital talks.
How'd your buddy say best to your diamonds?
Possession is an intense. Look, I'm planning here. Okay? What are you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna strike her out as possible when you talk. Your head will drop instinctively and we'll drag you out of here like you are a buddy on the brink of thunder. In 30 seconds, you'll be in the trunk of our car. In 5, you'll be wishing you were going to. And 2, I'm heading in.
Well, I think this is a sweet.
seals have landed in Islamabad.
What's going on?
We picked up our friend. He's still a little hesitant. Just figured a workout might clear his mind. We're gonna personal trainer.
What's your call? Right. If I leave out me,
It's fast.
I need you to turn a blind eye. Forgiveness. It's for Romy.
We never had this conversation.
Don't shoot yourself. Now don't go find your soul stars that they're liars. They're taking the chamber of commerce. Here. Right.
I think they're doing more than just flashing scales. We got a lot. Lots of troops are getting in position, ready on my signal.
Sorry, what? Can't seem to hear you. You gotta speak up.
You guys probably sure get to my lovers. So good to feel the Indian camera.
So you think we can survive a bomb around this town?
Absolutely possible. Procedure's easy enough. Or you could be beating it. Don't worry, just Josh. I read an article. We move yes, per your request for protocol, my supplier, Great Days, completely off the grid, so we're gonna have to do this the old time. Bundle up, boy.
We're gonna have to track you down. Thank you. But yeah, what happened to you after that would be infinitely worse than what's about to happen to you. The thing is, you should have just gone in and swim.
I'm the one. We work together today. Hope you don't mind, but I always like a little bit of music. Now let's get those slacks off of you.
Now, go, go, go!
No one here. Go empty. needs me more. Good to go.
Hey.
So the hospital's not in Washington?
Yep.
on, someone needs to get their car washed.
Mexican cop.
She's into very weird. Like, speaking Swahili. And allegedly, she's got a phone out. It's dangerous. That's why she has to make that or something. I know something's going on. If I listen to my gut, I gotta tell her I gotta confront that guy. Even if I have to fight. Even if it means I get my ass. I know. It's worth fighting. I love her.
Good job, that car. Simply boxing gloves like kids.
And what?
Nothing.
No, something. Something was upsetting you. You just not saying. You had the same look on your face when I told you that I was on my high school cheer team.
It's not even a question.
Please, Mr. Miller. Don't fight like it's all right.
I still am kissing. Please.
Hey, it's the fiance.
It's up to him. Oh, he's not complaining. He's a bit rubbish. So how's it going?
Better than that. Gosh, it doesn't have your shoe on the face.
Is that beta run show how it works?
I was hoping you could go. Check it out. I'll demo it for you.
I got it. It's already suggested when the ad features like a barcode reader. It advises you on coupons, allergens, nutrition. You need to have a barcode reader. Grab an app, you're good for the app. Check it out. Looks. It says the app is a bad idea.
Did you just say let's go to a motel?
What a hotel. I've got miles.
We go to a hotel, please.
That's the idea. What's your advice saying? Advice saying we should definitely go to a hotel, right? Okay. All right, Dr. Frank. You're right. This is messed up. You're engaged. That's the last
He has stolen waste from the Kazakhstan and he has his suitcase back. We believe we'll utilize the suitcase to a core, re-irradiate the waste, and make another half dozen things.
Remind me again how we didn't just torture him instead of giving him exactly what he wanted.
Respectfully.
Can't we find more of a scanning for the litigation signature and do it in Greece?
Give it time. Hold up. Yep.
My pals at NSA picked up chatter that Borough had headless weapons ready for sale intended to tell us. NSA also intercepted conversations on how fix cargo to be constituted exclusive influence, a 200-year history. Kids all shades, rich from all over the world, unfortunate pretends, a status that some players are unfortunate. Sources tell us that the Borough working man will be there.
So Kenny gets the out from inside of the like that when he's done, we follow him back to work.
Not that simple. Since escaping Diana, he did Borough and his team were traveling as a decision by the aircraft. The radar was up. Not to mention, the most likely will have information from the device in time. However, we have ascertained that the journal we gained, cell phones were locked in a box to prevent cheating. We get operatives from name, data room, disguise as secretary. They'll extract data from the other phones are left in.
That we can access King's GPS data. The young man's plan gives us more location.
But therein lies the rub, because Kane already knows all of our very attractive faces.
Not all of them.
It's gotta be a better option. What he said.
The Borough operations conduct things tonight. The game's less than 48 hours away. There's no time to get clearance and fully read into the operators. Gary and Tina will get their cover IDs. CIA will let you know by the
The CIA's got it like that. It must still show the teacher's man.
Would you like to be friends?
We'll need to clone and get the phone in the box. That's why we need two players.
As much as I love myself today, I don't feel particularly splendid when I'm
You know what happened? Who cheated?
Cheetahs never prosper. Concur.
So, how do we get these two into an exclusive oligarch car?
Lots speaking. Figure it out.
I gotta give you something. All from the senior, Emma, was more experience, so together, two of you. Should be good together.
There were three people. The smaller one wasn't sounding pretty before I could make him out, but I know that's Emma's friend from work, Alden. And he's with Kyle. And Kyle's clearly been kidnapped. I just want the truth, look.
Remember when I told you we need to convince Kyle to make the right decision? That's how we convinced him. It was a big deal. Marty told me that we needed a side job and some extra money. So I gave him his job and paid him a couple of bucks. It was for good cause. Robbie was really sick. And we didn't want Kyle. We just said we made the right decision.
Something shady is going on at Mary's fitness, and I need to know what it is.
You must certainly know the truth. Gary is a camping problem.
My phone to use propaganda?
He owes a lot of money to some really bad people. Not running the company. That's why I'm working on it. They owes the camping debt. He hasn't been out much in the sales numbers. He's not getting the sales reports.
The rules get your name out there for free.
Yes. The more customers that come in, the more money it takes. Look, it's delicious.
this is via vibration to the audio filter to the ear. You'll hear us, but no one else will. And we will hear us and everything we do. Today I programmed like main one of these things. Well, what do you do from prep out? Hang around and negative. I said bad luck. Plus, we go to a lot of traditions. This game we don't have to pick up right. They hate Americans. So there, we're going to Nigeria. It's been a while since we studied dialect in my farm's workshop. Tina, though you're not trained in this, but your NSA file from your grandmother was French. You're fluent. Can you handle the accent? Je parle pas. Mission to prevent collusion, all the players have to speak English. 1 to 10, where did you get leaders?
But it was 34 minutes.
Okay. Carlos.
These feelings, they're new and old. I'm not really sure they're real. That's very sweet. But you also hurt me real bad. And I'm in a good relationship right now. This might have been a mistake. Doesn't feel like
Hi, Jimmy baby. Hi, beautiful, handsome boy. Yes. That's Chimi. Hold on, I'm about to, thinking of transferring to the bedroom because the other two are cuddled so adorably in there. Okay. Okay, to the, sorry for this, is going to be a little dizzying, everyone. Just a moment. Transferring to the other kitties. There they are. Okay, sorry everyone, I'm repositioning the camera in this new space. And this camera's thing is, stand is not wanting to play ball. Okay, there we go. Hi, Tommy. Hi, baby. Are you having a good time with your sister? Yeah. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, everybody. Double tap your screens. Gonna try a different angle. Here we go. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, there we go. Sorry, everyone. little bye-byes. Let's go and serve Timmy.
Come on, open up, you Soviet era piece of garbage!
Hey, Timmy.
Six people in a room this size, global CO2 output, no consumption. We've got 2 hours tops.
Nothing but the outcome.
It's a nice kid when we get the house. Tell him to come bring me. Oh, this is the one for the family.
He's only got a pair.
I thought he was a card player.
Apparently a better one. He plays like this at the end of the game and gone with his phone way before popping it.
Okay, new plan. We cheat.
I already feel like I can't breathe.
Can't cool breeze.
I don't like feeling fine. I read about this German guy that lived in this tiny house and died on his own farts. Oh God, Ruth is feeling a little hot underneath the collar. Who's Ruth?
She's Bruce. Really short for Bruce.
I thought it was a nickname. She drive a Subaru.
I drive a Subaru because I'm gay. So you never bother to learn my real name? Nice kid you raised there, boss. Come on, open up, you Soviet era piece of garbage!
Not helping.
No shit. Ugh, wasting oxygen. 6 people in a room this size, global CO2 output, no consumption. We've got 2 hours tops.
Tell us about the outcome.
It's a nice kid when we get the house. Tell him.
That's it. Emma, check the computer that was fired up last time.
According to its clock, October 8th, 1989.
Flash. The right to keep bug.
Nothing happened. Why do you think?
Because there was a problem, so we fixed it. From 97 to 99, right okay, shit's got only worked on.
This helps us how?
The computer runs the entire bunker system, including the door. So when the clock flips forward to the year 2000, which is now 0, the computer thinks it's 1900, it resets. Now when resetting, it
Period.
But it's not going to
We're
the
gonna
year
be-
2000 for another 11 years.
So I'll speed up the CPU so it'll cycle through the days faster. We can do this in our high school. Not my video game faster. It's not that hard.
Use characters.
A pretty seconds. Period.
stay for supper.
Beautiful baby. Beautiful boy.
Well, Kane's got the pretty decent crowd. Just get into the game for another 25 minutes or so. You should make it right.
Hi, Tommy. Hi, baby. Such a cutie.
woven on peaceful shawl blues. Navy fabric with a silver with self-finished edge. It's hanging self edge. It means the end of a fabric from the front around it. Once the pair of selfish jeans head up, there's typically a puller pocket along the outside. This type of denim is made here in Kojima, Japan. Momotaro is one of Kojima's most well-known denim brands. But before Momotaro makes denim, it was first dyed in France. The company's most expensive jeans are hand-dyed with natural indigo. Natural indigo comes from leaves of the plant. Fired natural indigo is hand-dyed all over
Hi, Tommy baby. No. No. Love you. Okay, well, I just calling you to check in and see how things are going. I responded to Benji, so we'll see. I suggested we actually have a phone call or video call to discuss how we proceed. Right, I thought, I've already, I mean, I already have my ideas of going to go garment by garment. So that it's, sensible and comparative. And then, if people want to make a pair of silk haji, then they can look at the section on silk haji and see all the different options that are there under silk haji. No, I definitely have thought about it, but now we're to the the specific section. Now we're to the part. Okay, I want to do this research. Let's do it. I need access.
The increased price of this pair is a nod to the texture, effort, skill, and money needed to develop good.
Very good. My butt is getting very colored.
All Japanese denim.
Just looked at it again a little while ago. The colors are deepening in the bruise.
Blood slowly drains out. When is the next activity or anything?
I don't know. I don't think there is anything going on this weekend because June 1st is the following weekend. So I think they have posted they didn't schedule anything.
Have you talked?
There's like 3 events during June 1st. So I think Colin and Cameron's doing like a video lunch for dinner. Anyway.
Well, I don't know how many people from that part of the state makes the trip. By Washingtonian by Western Washington standards, that's like a 2 or 3 hour drive, so they're less likely to make that.
Yes.
Also, they're not SCA. And I imagine most members of the SCA will actually pay. Members of the SCA are used to super cheap events, not events that are actually meant to generate a proper profit, or any profit. I expect it will not impact your numbers at all. Well, I'm going to open the garage.
Okay. I love you. Enjoy.
Don't forget to work on that thing in there, please. You will forget? Please don't. Okay, talk to you later, Nancy. Bye. Hello, bye-bye. Check the live stream. Your prediction was correct.
Authentic Mugasil can only come from Assam, but Jatol doesn't believe it's done much to help Assam's Mugasil production. That's why Jatol and other Muga farmers are relying on environmental conservation efforts, now and in the future, to ensure the survival of its millennia-old fabric. It takes 15 minutes for Kisa Manabe to dye these threads a deep indigo blue. These threads will maintain this rich color, and so will Manabe's nails for 3 weeks. That's because Manabe uses real indigo, instead of the synthetic dyes most jeans are made with today.
장기 출장 동안 잠깐 샀지. 구하는 공식 삼성 댐초. 우리의 정체성은 다른데 계속해서
Also for $2,000. Using real indigo is just one thing that can raise the price of Japanese denim. Each stage of production requires meticulous attention. So what exactly makes Japanese denim different? And is that enough to make it so expensive? In basic terms, Japanese denim refers to denim made in Japan, but today it often implies selvage denim. The name comes from the way fabric is woven on these old shuttle looms. They weave fabric with a single self-finished edge. That's the name selvage edge. It means the end of the fabric won't fray or unravel. You'll notice a pair of selvage jeans by the cuff. There's typically a colored line along the outside. denim is made here in Kojima, Japan. Momotaro is one of Kojima's most well-known denim brands. But before Momotaro makes denim, it must first dye the threads. The company's most expensive jeans are hand-dyed with natural indigo. Dyeing fabric with natural indigo has been a valued art form in Japan for centuries.
原料が高い。
Manami dyes 60 rolls of cotton over several days. And brings each roll out to hands of oil to dry. Manami must dye each roll a total of about 30 times. Otherwise, the color won't be a dark enough blue. Dyeing jeans this way doesn't only take longer, it also costs more. A kilogram of some synthetic indigo can cost between $4 and $5. Depending on the quality, natural indigo might cost 10 times that. That one barrel is only enough to dye about 15 pairs of jeans. Dye raises the cost of production. It has unique effects on jeans that can't be produced by synthetic dyes. Today, cheaper synthetic dyes have mostly replaced natural ones. So jeans still made with natural dyes are often considered a premium product, which is partly why Momotaro's kitten or gold label jeans are worth over $2,000. The increased price of this pair is a nod to the extra effort, skill, and money needed to get the brand out of hand and get the color just right. Not all Japanese denim or Momotaro jeans are made with natural indigo, but even so, the price remains high, around $200 to $300 for a pair like this. And that goes back to the way Japanese denim is woven. Before Toyota made cars, things like this. Originally introduced in the 1920s, these Toyota looms are no longer made today. And although they look and sound like they're working fast, weaving fabric this way takes 5 times longer than weaving on modern projectile looms. Despite the looms being automated, an experienced Momotaro technician has to keep a close eye on them as they run. He checks to see if each loom is working smoothly and that all the threads are aligned correctly. Even so, it's possible something will go wrong.
直したら使ってますね。自分は傷がありますので、傷をやったら外して使っていく。
On top of weaving slowly, the looms produce fabric less than a yard wide. That's about half the width of non-selfish denim, so producers need more fabric to make a pair of selfish jeans. Another factor that increases the cost of production and ultimately the final price of the jeans. Showrooms are also While most mobile jeans are made on the automated looms, the most expensive gold label jeans are produced with an even slower, more traditional method. By hand, with an antique loom. It takes 1 hour for Suzuki Ikeda to weave just 10 centimeters of fabric. While this process raises the price, the extra effort gives the jeans a distinctly different feel.
一番肌触り、通常の半色のものでしたら、これは最初から柔らかい質感で。
And for denim enthusiasts, traveling from Thailand to Tokyo is worth the trip to buy Momotaro's most expensive pair.
Usually when you run a new out, you feel it's a little bit hard. You feel like it's a little bit hard to move at first, right? But this one, even from the start, yeah, it feels so comfortable that you have that for some time.
After the fabric is woven by hand or shuttle loom, it heads to the sewing room. According to Heddles, on average, most other types of denim weigh between 11 and 14 ounces, while most denim from Japan weighs 20 ounces. A heavier fabric makes Naomi Takebayashi's job more challenging.
で一番太いのはタコ糸状態のセロラ太くてとても見づらいです。それで言えば私は何年持っても難しいところがありますしね。難しいというか飲むのはもう全然あれでよかったかなとかいうことがありますね。
Another cornerstone of Japanese denim is the artistic nature of the way the jeans are finally formed. At Momotaro, all the stitching is done by hand. The same goes for adding each copper ribbon. The final look and feel of a finished pair largely depend on Takebayashi's dedication to detail. Because shuttle looms are less precise, the fabric would naturally have several imperfections. But if Momotaro's retail stores find anything wrong with a pair of jeans, they mark it with a small sticker and send it here to the quality control room. Takebayashi sifts through the flag jeans using a tweezer to prepare each marked spot.
새로운 공간에서 몇 가지 라이프가 가능할까요? Work, kids, studio, outdoor, rest, travel. 네?
Momotaro is one of around 40 denim makers in Kojima, considered the birthplace of denim in Japan. While Japanese denim from this city has found a luxury category to call its own, the denim industry hasn't been prominent in Kojima for very long.
世の中、日本のアメリカに憧れて、東京に来る選手ということで、企業経験ですね、やっぱり自由にアメリカというのにすごい憧れが強くて、いろいろそうですけど、ファッションも、そのあたりも学生の頃いろんなのが、自由、本当にいろんな形が、そのあたりが、
In the decades since, denim has reached far outside Japan. Today, it's considered one of the finest types of denim in the world. Thousands of individual threads, woven by hand, are woven together to create the most intricate fabrics in the world. Weaving lace. But making this lace isn't easy. A new design can take 3 months to produce. And depending on the materials, 1 square meter can cost over $500. Despite the premium price, the lace industry in France is a fraction of its former size. and it's hard to find new lace makers to continue the trade. So how is weaver's lace made? And why is it so expensive? This is a weaver's loom. It's 6 meters long and over 100 years old. These looms were invented to match the quality of handmade lace. Each design is translated from paper into these punch cards, which are fed into the loom to create a pattern. These looms are essential for making weaver's lace, but there are only a few hundred left today, 40 of which are at this factory in the northern French city of Courtrai. John Brock has been making lace since 1889.
With mainly holes, so it's mainly empty, but it's why it's so interesting, because we have artistic possibility. Every day we are making something different compared to the other fabric.
Unlike cheaper mass-produced lace, designs aren't embroidered on top of fabric, continuously woven, creating a beautifully complex pattern. The machine might do the weaving, but it takes around 20 people to produce weaver's lace. It all starts with a design. John Brock uses a library of old designs, some from as far back as 1925. But it also creates new designs, which can take 3 to 5 weeks to complete. This is the most time-consuming part of the process. But the most delicate is threading the loom. Thousands of individual threads feed into the machine. Detailed designs need more threads, which raises the price. Workers load these small discs, called bobbins, by hand, keeping each thread separate and taut.
Oui, c'est pas facile, hein. Il faut vraiment avoir un plaisir et une patience. C'est pas facile.
Workers place each bobbin into a carriage and check to ensure consistent weight and tension.
We set up more than 15,000 yards into the machine. We start from scratch, we start from zero, so we need to put every yard at the right position.
Once the loom starts running, lace makers are surrounded by an ocean of sound. Despite being such an old machine, each loom runs with extreme precision. The loom weaves design line by line, as workers refill it with more thread. Loom experts, called tullists, are in charge of overseeing the whole weaving process. They watch each loom, looking and listening for any tears. On the same step, as soon as they set out production. If there's a break, tullists reach into the loom, carefully repairing individual threads. Frederic has been working on these looms for 26 years. He checks to ensure that the original design is being recreated on the loom.
Ce qui est passionnant dans ce métier, c'est que c'est des vieilles machines, ils ont 100 ans, voire plus. On sort des choses très fins et de très bonne qualité. Et c'est pour ça qui est passionnant.
Each step requires an expert, but this makes finding new workers challenging.
En ce moment, on a 6 jeunes ici en formation. Ça fait quelques mois qu'ils sont là, mais pour qu'ils soient seulement formés, il faut au moins 3 ou 4 ans. Et pour avoir un cuteness indépendant sur un marché, il faut monter les 5-6 ans. Work with us, most of them spend 15, 20, 25 years in the same company. That's the main difficult things to find for the new generation. But even after 20 or 25 years, you still learn things. It's so fascinating and it's a passion for people.
Mon père, étant cuteniste, m'a proposé de venir essayer le métier de modieuse. Les filles étaient présentes tout à l'heure.
Isabel is a lace inspector. Lace right off the loom is never perfect, so it's the inspector's job to spot any mistakes.
Donc ici, le cubiste a signalé un défaut par une pastille. Donc ici, le but, c'est de regarder. Donc là, effectivement, on voit qu'il y a un écart, donc c'est un défaut. Je etc. Pour bien voir, je cherche les défauts, les trous, donc pour voir un trou. Donc on se met ça va.
These highly skilled workers inspect every inch of the lace and repair each section by hand. The repairs must be indistinguishable from the rest of the lace.
Ici encore pareil, on va passer un manque, en fait il y a un fil qui a sauté, le fil il est là. Hop, elle met sur les pinces toujours.
Weaver's lace with no additions costs around $45 to $90 per square meter. That's over 10 times the price of mass-produced lace. But lace with add-ons like pearls, crystals, or sequins can cost several $100s more. Dresses or lingerie made with Weaver's lace usually cost a few $100s at a minimum. But sequins cost a lot more.
For the haute couture things, it's catalog prices. No sky limits.
In addition to the materials and complicated manufacturing, the looms themselves increase the price. Weaver's looms aren't made today. Companies have to maintain the looms that they have. It's not impossible to build a weaver's loom, but the costs required to manufacture it would be more than the demand for the product. Because of that, lace manufacturers rely on existing looms and even share spare parts between companies. The lace industry in France used to look a lot different. In the 19th century, there were tens of thousands of lace-related jobs. But as production modernized and fashion trends shifted, the industry consolidated to two main parts of France, Poitiers and Calais. Today, only a few thousand jobs remain, and only a handful of the traditional lace producers are left. Competition from cheaper lace manufacturers has eliminated a lot of the industry. Many remaining producers focus on the high-end market.
I think our customers are really different, but we still always looking what the mass production does. Our main advantage is to be ahead of the fashions. We work with creative trends office to know what the fashion will be. We need to anticipate the next fashion trends.
Demand for Jean Paul's lace had actually been increasing for the last few years. Brands like Chanel and Ralph Lauren rely on companies that create weaver's lace. If demand doesn't increase, it'll be difficult to maintain the industry.
I hope so. Easier. I hope so, but I'm not sure. We just spent 2 terrible years, so I hope now it will be more comfortable to invest and to train the new generation of people.
This is Kenji. He's using a centuries-old technique to dye silk. It's physically demanding, but that's not the only challenge. He has to match this color exactly, making adjustments for eye. And it's essential the fabric inside his body remains white. Kenji won't know he's successful until he opens the door. This is one of the 20 steps required to make a kimono. You can buy a cotton kimono for $300. And the company's most expensive kimonos cost 10 times that. We followed 10 artisans, step by step, to find out what makes these kimonos so expensive. Versions of the kimono have been worn for centuries. Today, the kimono is viewed as formal wear, worn on special occasions like weddings or coming-of-age ceremonies. Part of the reason why Jiso's kimonos are so expensive is that they're made entirely out of silk. It takes around 12 meters of silk to make a single kimono. Jiso collaborates with a network of highly skilled artisans. Each step is done by hand and can take weeks to complete. This intricate design starts out as a simple sketch. Hiroshi transfers it to the silk. This step is called drafting, and it can take up to 2 weeks. Hiroshi ensures that the design is work, not just the surface. These lines are critical to the design process. You won't see them in the finished kimono. This paint is washed away after it's gone for all the artisans. Hiroshi has 37 years of experience, as he's very critical.
竹のからやっぱりその話だとこうしてたくさん出て仕事なんか時間的にもね何十時間かけて家に何回もそれこそちょっと待って
Seismic change. We hear business.
Jiso's kimonos are known for their complex patterns, painted using a technique called using. Artisans trace the design with a glue-like paste that separates colours when the silk is painted. It also gives a characteristic white outline to parts of the design.
なのでその線で描いたところは最終的に染まらずに生地の白色が出てくるので輪郭線が白色になります。
It's patient work, but Ai says it's all worth it when she sees the finished kimono.
私はもともと中学生ぐらいの時からこういう着物を作る職人になりたいなと思って京都に出てきたんですけれど、やっぱり根気はすごくいいです。やっぱ座りっぱなしなのでちょっと肩が凝ってきたりとかってあるんですけど、根気さえあればあとはやっぱり綺麗に仕上がった時とかはすごく嬉しいです。
This is just the start of a months-long process. Pieces of the kimono are sent off to different artisans across Kyoto. Each artisan must perfect their section while keeping in mind the final design. At Yoko's workshop, she dyes the base of the kimono with these large brushes.
とりあえず早く動かすっていうのが履物いかないコツですし、着物を染めようと思ったら仕立てた時に全部のものが一緒になってるってことは同じリズムで全部いくっていうことなんですね。
Yoko and her assistant blend the edges, working around the design. But this isn't the only way kimonos are dyed. Some are dyed using a technique called showdown, mixing all the colours in distinct shapes. But it's very tedious work. Before Kenji starts working, artisans search the silk and bind this fabric.
子供自分からね、稽古して、教えてもらってやってるんです。ですから何十年なりますけどね。
The seam Hiromi is sewing forms the edge of the design. Then, Matsuyama wraps the silk along this wooden frame and tacks it into place before he attaches the lid. This step is key to preventing dye from bleeding inside. Now, it's time for Kenji to dip the silk. He works quickly but constantly notices the silk to ensure it's dyed correctly. If the barrel remains in the dye for too long, the color will start to bleed. Kenji cuts a strip of fabric, compares it to the swatch, and adjusts his dye accordingly. After the dye is all of these steps combine to tell a story through the design of the kimono. Themes of nature or the seasons are common, while some designs reference poems or plays. One of the most skilled and delicate steps is the Yuzen dyeing. Tomoko has 25 years of experience making kimonos.
具体的にどのような色を選んこの着物からどのようなイメージを膨らませてどのような色にしていくかという大体具体的な色を拾っていきます。
Using dyeing has been practiced for centuries and has become an iconic feature of high-end kimonos. The technique is more expensive and time-consuming than screen printing, but Chiso's customers are willing to pay a premium for the result. Long-sleeve kimonos with complicated designs can take 2 to 3 weeks to paint.
自分で合わせた色を全部一つ一つここにテストをしてで記録として残しておくものです。でこれを見て次にこれを合わすには大体どうしたらいいかっていうのが入っているっていう数字にはできないので技術的に難しいのはやはり写実調のいわゆる自然のままのような花でありますから相場のっていうのの
The final step in the process is for artisans to work boldly and avoid complex designs. Embroidery alone can take weeks to months depending on the design. The more embroidery a kimono has, the more expensive it will be. When all the pieces fall into place, the finished kimono is a work of art, a testament to the skill of each artisan who has worked on the silk.
着物一着作るのに大体20年ぐらいの人が関わります。その手仕事のやっぱり良さ、細部であったり、それぞれの工程の非常に高い技術が要求されまして、それはやっぱり機械ではなかなかできない、本当に細部の美しさであったり、こういった展示をするときに、柄がしっかり見やすいように、仮縫いを行っているという状態が、販売されている状態です。まず、お客様のスープを採寸してで、ある程度は規定のスープを仕立てはするんです。
Chiso's kimonos take 6 to 12 months to make, and those hundreds of hours of labor go effectively in price. Most pay from $7,000 to $14,000, but some of Chiso's elaborate designs cost over $100,000. And the accessories
いかに職人がどれだけ手を加えたか、それは友禅の細かさであったり、もちろん分量も関係していますし。
Customers looking for less expensive kimonos might choose to rent or to buy refurbished ones, which usually cost a few $100, but still provide good quality. Buying a cotton kimono or one like a complex user is much more affordable. These kimonos are often worn for less formal events, but current demand for expensive, complex kimonos is low. Kimono sales declined dramatically in the 90s during Japan's economic crash, and the industry has continued to shrink. Today, it's around 14% of the size it was in 1975. Chiso sells around 4,000 kimonos each year, but the relevance of the garment in modern life is limited.
両国だとですね、全く関係ないなってやっぱりちょっと着物に日本人だから着物に目覚めてきたっていうかと。
Further complicating matters, the artisans it relies upon to maintain production are getting older.
そのやっぱり伝統的な技術はやっぱりその職人の技術力が高いということが条件なんですが、大体職人さんは今60代とか70代とか仕事で30年以上仕事していただいている方が多いと思います。今新しい職人さんというのはそういう職人の仕事をやりたい、そういう若い方がいらっしゃいますので、ただ全体的には職人の数は
그거 알아? 이 부분
바다를 채웠던 물이 구름이 되고 빗물이 땅으로 떨어져 산으로 흘러 땅속 깊은 곳을 지나 다시 여기로 온 거네. 한 컵에 물이 되기까지 온 지구가 필요하다면 우리의 수원지는 지구가 아닐까? 그래서 아이시스는 사라지는 중. 지구에서 필요한 것들을 줄여 순수한 물만 남을 때까지 아이시스.
Meet the elusive Laconia, whose gold is worth more than gold. A single kilogram of this gold can sell for $370. And once the product hits shelves in Italy, a coat made of Laconia gold can cost around $35,000. Because in the upper local mountain range, you can only shear Laconias once every 2 years. And while conservation efforts have ensured that Laconias thrive in the local habitat, this can be a danger for communities growing out of the water. Senior conservationists and local communities work together. It's not really so expensive. Produce fine wool like this, the first step is capturing the fur. The herding day begins with a traditional ceremony. In addition to monitoring the herd and tracking its movement, we must build what's called a capture chute. This acts as a herding device to move the Laconia toward a temporary enclosure.
Ese en el arreo, ese es más difícil, porque su espacio de ellos. Puedes contar todos, pero ya no haces pegar, sino se hacen de la Laconia no es un
Once the Laconias are properly grappled, they can be sheared. Their fur must be at least 2.5 centimeters long for collection. In an effort to organize the herding and conservation of the Laconia, a management board was created. Richard Ponciano serves as the authority of his province.
conseguir que los vehículos, digamos, las comunidades aumentan su calidad de vida. Ayuda a todos los comunitarios
Embracing the herd with Laconias is important because raising camelids like alpacas is an essential way of life here in Bolivia.
esta región simplemente vivimos de crianza de camellos. Simplemente eso. No producen ninguna parte en este sector. Todo es alpaca en este sector.
Unlike alpacas, Laconias cannot be domesticated. They are much more difficult to come by. The Lacoon is what the church is called. As of 2019, the Lacoon count actual number was over 12,000, and it is estimated to have grown another
escena de la que se ayuda mucho es que se trabaja el año y de esto muchas comunidades, cada uno puede percibir 5 o 6 mil bolivianos dependiendo del éxito que hayan tenido en esa época.
That's Wilber Alberto, a technical manager overseeing 18 different communities in the areas that share cuteness.
Nosotros tenemos un lema, decimos vicuña esquilada, vicuña salvada.
Managers like Wilber make sure that communities are equipped to produce the best possible product, therefore getting the best price for their yield. Wilber and other technical managers make sure that communities are equipped with mechanical shearing tools. Before 2019, shearing was done with scissors and took much longer. However, there are still communities using scissors in the highlands, where Wilber and his team can't carry their power generators. No matter what, they always try to send one trained shearer out to each community. This helps ensure the highest quality product and keeps communities and the shearers safe.
Hace varios años atrás, las mujeres manejaban un manejo pésimo, se ha iniciado así. En los últimos años se está tomando mucho en cuenta de bienestar animal, ¿no? Porque aquí está prohibido, ¿verdad? Está muy delicado, no es un animal silvestre, se llama, se puede identificar, se puede tomar.
After a checkup on their health, the ponies are released back into the wild. Bolivia offers 3 kinds of fiber. These are raw fiber, clean fiber, and carbon fiber. Fiber processing ensures that they are 25%. This is a process that involves mainly removing bristles from the fleece. Incorporating 1 to 2 fleeces is fruitful.
Posteriores días se puede
For now, this is the final stage many residents of Apolobamba will ever see. More than 90% of this fiber is bound for Italy, where it will be spun into designer textiles in Aurora, Guyana.
y nosotros aquí en las comunidades sabemos que un traje de vicuña puede costar hasta $1,5 millones, ¿no? Y hemos visto alguna vez que se han confeccionado así y para nosotros eso es una gran satisfacción.
But nearby artisans crafting garments out of vicuña wool would like to see more vicuña fiber stay local. They purchase it at a national level with an invoice from the state. This gets shared among at least 10 craftspeople who are only able to receive 2 or 3 kilograms per year. For Mary, producing a sweater from
use tailoring and woolings and travel people dream from snails. We travel the world to discover what makes art so expensive. Our first stop is Japan's Nara Prefecture, and for over 450 years, the company OYN has been making some of the world's most sought-after calligraphy. This is ink. I should support violins immediately until it's as soft as ice cream. It's imperative for it to be as thorough as possible because a well-cooked mixture becomes high quality calligraphy. It takes at least 4 years of aging before these solid ink stains are recycled and become one of the most expensive inks. A 200-gram high-grade ink stain from this producer, OYM, costs over $1,000, and for some other brands, prices can reach almost $2,000. Meanwhile, almost double the amount of commercial liquid India can go for less than $9. So what's the inks that are so sought after, and why they're so expensive? It's January in Japan's Nara Prefecture. Ink producer OYM has been making Japanese calligraphy for 450 years. This type of ink, also known as sumi, is traditionally sold in the form of handmade solid ink sticks. To use the dried ink stick, calligraphers rub it on an inkstone to mix it with water. Sumi ink is typically black, but it can also be tinted red. The ingredients are simple: soot, animal oil, and perfume. But the quality of these materials and the time-intensive element required to collect and process them have a large impact on the final price. It starts in this room, lit by 100 oil lamps. This workshop has 4 rooms like this, where artisans produce all the soot they require to make ink. 2 workers are in charge of this stage, each overseeing 2 rooms and 200 oil lamps. They carefully manage the vegetable oil lamps and gradually collect soot from there. In Japan, this process is called smoke. Every day, artisans light all 400 lamps and have a particular lid, the underside of which collects soot as the oil burns. But they can't just leave the lid in the same place for hours, because overheating it will prevent soot from accumulating. The flame must be off-center, and the artisans must rotate the lid every 20 minutes for 2 hours. These lamps contain rapeseed oil, the most common choice when producing high-grade ink sticks. Ink sticks made of soot from even more expensive oils like Polonia, camellia, or sesame can easily cost up to 4 times as much. But artisans must also consider other details, like the containers that hold the oil and the material of the wick. To ensure the quality of the soot, they use non-porous earthenware containers. But it's important in this workshop to weave the wicks themselves to exacting specifications.
非常に細い芯で小さな炎で炊き上げるとおのずとそこで作り上げる筒の方も非常に粒子の細かなものになってくるわけなんですよ。やはり非常に紙の中に深く込んでくれるというそういう側面がありますから粒子の細かな筒で作り上げた炭の方が非常に色も立体感がある非常に鮮やかな表情を発色していただくので
The fineness of the soap rays determines the final price. Then there's the dark. Unlike most of its modern ink, sumi ink typically uses African. For the most expensive ink sticks, artisans sometimes mix in other types of ink, such as denim, 70 degrees Celsius water, which takes over an hour and a half. According to Correa, dissolving the glue slowly at a low temperature is key to producing quality ink.
非常に穏やかな付き合いなんだけど、そこに三河というものが介在してくるので、細かな話ですけど、三河の品種が細かな進む品種で、くるんでくれればですね、ですから水分の上で、そういう人がいる。
But I don't want glue to have a bad smell, so sunny ink makers add a fragrance like oil and musk to counteract it.
最後のところが非常に大きな役割を果たしてくれるということですね。
예, 궁금합니다. 이료시계. 이륙을 할까? 그건 말이지. 바로
Okay, everyone. Well, the kitties are off. Thank you all for watching today. More live streaming from the Kitties of the Palace tomorrow. Have a lovely evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Bye, everyone.